The best of the morning X. 99X.
You know, Checkaway. He's one of my best friends. We run together. We hang out.
Checkaway.
And so he's desperately looking for women right now. I mean,
well, when is he not? Every time we mention him, he is.
Why is it desperate now?
I guess I could have left the now part off that sentence. Now that you mention it, the now didn't. That was kind of redundant. But we'll go out and like what he likes to do is we'll go to a place, and if a woman like recognizes me from the show or something, from 99X, she'll come over, and then I'll just kind of introduce her to Checkaway. I'll kind of slide.
It's perfect.
And I get to also flirt a little bit. And then when it gets down to anything, then I'll just,
Sure.
Do the handoff and hope that it sticks.
Checkaway. But it's kind of fun to...
Works out well.
Yeah, it's still kind of fun to flirt.
Problem is that it doesn't always stick. Like for the guy on the side, the handoff sometimes it's like
it's a fumble sometimes.
Hey, you just get the whole.
Yeah, sometimes it's a fumble.
Yeah, it doesn't always.
Well, that's a chance you have to take.
That's a good point. See, guys, we don't really need to close the deal. For us, most of the thrill is just in the hunt and the chase. Mm-hmm. Like just the knowledge that there is a woman who's interested in you. Like that's enough for a lot of us.
Well, it's fun to flirt.
It's fun to flirt.
Yeah, it's so much easier when you're married.
Yeah, right. I mean, I guess there's a frustration in that you can't do anything, but
even when you're married.
But like you meet more women probably as a married person.
When
right?
you're married, it seems like it's so much easier. I guess maybe they know it's safer.
Well, you have that confidence too.
You have the confidence. That says a lot too. If you could bottle the confidence you have as a married man and take it back to 21 or 22,
oh man,
you could do the world.
Absolutely, because you know that you're not on trial. You know that every little idiosyncrasy isn't being judged. You're just like, hey, this is me, whatever. So we go hang out. My fiance has slowly more and more grown uncomfortable with me hanging out with Checkaway, like when we go out to bars and stuff and clubs. Because I believe she feels that a married man should not be leading the life of a single man. I'm like, well, I'm not having sex with thit's not like I'm going on dates with them. We go out if we meet women, and if there's any interest, I give them a Checkaway. I just get to get my jollies, just talking to girls. What's the big? You want to go to bars and talk to guys? I don't care.
But she has a problem with you going out with him because he's single?
Yeah, she just in general thinks that married men should not be hanging out with single men.
Well, that happens because single men get married and they still have single friends. They don't all get married at the same time.
That's what I said. I said, well, what am I supposed to do? All of a sudden cut out my single friends because I'm married?
She thinks he's a bad influence.
So
yeah, I mean, Lady Crash doesn't have a problem with you going out with your single friends, does she, Crash?
No, and if she does, it's her problem.
Yeah, that's right. Like if she did, that would really matter.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to stop living my life just because you get married. You're still going to go out with your single friends, your married friends, or whoever, and just do what you keep doing, And
I was talking to her, and she brought up the point that, and she's probably right about this, although it never crossed my mind. She said that probably most married women are uncomfortable with their husbands.
They just don't say it.
I think
running with single friends.
Yeah,
that's a concept I never even thought about, but I guess I mentioned it to you earlier off air. And
well,
you were
I don't
like,
have that issue, but, but I totally see that. Totally see that.
Is there anything wrong with a guy going out with his single friends and talking to women?
No.
And nothing happens?
Not if he doesn't do anything. If he doesn't act upon it.
Isn't it all just...
So I know that excludes you, Crash, but...
I'm saying I could go... I mean, being married, I can go to the... You want to see me go to the jungle? Right here. See the ring? It's on. Now it's off. I'm in the jungle all by myself.
All right, we have a lot of calls as well.
So, all right, Swain?
Yes.
Hey, what's up, man?
Once you get married, I think you're going to find that you have a lot less in common with your single friends as it relates to going out to bars and talking to women and hanging out late nights and whatnot. And you will probably find yourself changing the way that you hang out with your single guy buddies.
I agree with what you're saying, but when that opportunity comes up and there's something you want to go to, you go.
Well, no.
They're still your friends.
I agree. I mean, you're not trying to lose a friend because your friends are all that you really have in life.
I don't think your lifestyle changes that quickly, though.
Yeah, I totally.
Like all of a sudden, I'm married. Oh, I'm not going out to bars anymore.
I do agree with what he says about you have different things in common. Because married people act differently than single people. I'm sorry, that's a reality. You act differently at home. You live with someone now. You're both doing different things as opposed to what you did as a single guy.
Yeah.
You went home and lay on your couch and you watch Sports Center, and then you go out.
Our lifestyles are different, but like when we go out, conversation is no different now than it was
I don't think it changes.
Well,
you know.
but I think for myself, the first couple of years that I was married, I still hung out with my single guys. And then after a while, the whole thing with approaching women and that whole thing, it almost becomes kind of vicarious. And I became a little uncomfortable with it because I was more serious about my life. I was serious, obviously, about my relationship with my wife. And I just think that as time goes on, you'll probably find yourself not really even wanting to do those kinds of things with your single buddies. And I think it's a natural process. I agree with what Leslie said. It's not overnight, but I think eventually you'll find yourself not wanting to do those things.
Hey, Mark?
What's the story with not letting Jimmy go out with his single friends? I mean, my wife let me go to another country with my 2 single friends.
How many times you get laid?
Trust. It's all about trust. If you don't trust him, then you shouldn't be getting married.
Yeah, because Jimmy, aren't you and Checkaway going to hedonism?
Taking Mike Key with you?
I think that's a good question, though. Isn't it?
It is about trust.
How can anybody say it's about anything other than trust? Lynette.
Hi.
Hi.
I've been married 6 years,
Yeah.
and I don't have a problem with my husband going out for the simple reason that he absolutely refuses to put himself in any situation where there may be temptation.
You know what? That's a great point.
Because,
And-
I mean, I know that I can trust him because
Right.
of that. At work, he doesn't hang around with the girls. He doesn't talk with them over much. He does what he's supposed to do when he comes home. When he goes out, it's the same way. He goes out to drink and have a good time, and that's it. Because he doesn't want to put himself in the situation that he may have to, where he may screw up, basically.
Jimmy, are you allowed to travel with Checkaway? Like, can you go on 3, 4, 5-day trips?
Yeah, we go on golf trips and stuff.
So
we
yeah,
go on golf
so
trips
there's
and
no-
stuff. And
Does that count as going out with your single friend Checkaway?
hell, we went down to that World Golf Village down there in wherever it is it Aventura or wherever it is in Florida?
Andrea, what's going on?
I just wanted to tell you, these guys aren't getting recognized. They're wanting to get recognized. Jimmy Barron and his friend, this Mr. Personality guy.
Well,
They're wanting to get
what do you mean
recognized?
they're wanting to?
Oh, yes, you guys are. I've been at East Andrews before, and you guys are walking around, especially Mr. Personality, walking around wanting to get recognized.
Because the second thing out of his mouth is, hey, you know who I am?
Like,
Did
exactly,
he
that's
work
what
you,
he did.
Andrea? Were you on the other end of wanting to get recognized? You know, like, was he?
Oh, no, he came up, and he said, do you know who I am?
Tool
no,
alert.
it's not.
a lie.
Busted.
Andrea,
Do you know
he
who
said
I
that to
am?
you?
Yes, he claims it.
What did he
And
say?
his friend, they're always out. We've seen them before out. They walk around. So,
Oh, and there's
Wait.
another girl. What was?
Oh, wait a
What was in the background
What
there?
was that?
yep, I have a friend. She was with me. So,
She said.
What did she say?
the same thing. Do you know who I am?
Yeah. No.
Wow.
I-
and what
I've
is
never
Jimmy
heard
doing
that.
during this?
I just stay there and watch.
No, I think you're part of it too.
What do you mean you think I'm part of it? I just sat there and I sit there and watch. I do have to say that, and I don't know this woman Andrea, but she does not sound like a lot of fun.
Oh, I don't sound like a lot of fun?
Yeah,
No, you don't sound like a lot of fun.
She sounds
You're
like-
sitting here arguing. You know it happens. So, it happens. You're just a DJ, you know?
I know I'm just a DJ. What do you want me?
Ooh.
Oh, this is a very bitter woman
bitterness
on the
going
phone.
on.
This is a very angry, bitter woman.
No, I'm not. I just wanted to comment. So,
Yeah,
you guys
okay.
have a good day.
Hey,
Okay.
Andrea, do you know who I am?
No, I don't know who you are.
That's Crash Clock.
No, I
Guys are
like
coming
Crash.
up to her.
See, I like you too, Andrea.
Thanks.
Have we ever met? Have we ever met?
No, we have never met.
Well, then how did you know what I'm saying or talking?
Well,
We've
because,
never
I
met.
mean, obviously I was there. So, your Mr. Personality is the one who is mostly the
Tool.
the instigator of the whole event. So, and I've heard stories. I have friends. You know, I've heard stories of this guy. So
You've heard stories of
What
this
circles
guy.
are you traveling? You're getting all the good gossip.
I know I am.
Hello, you're on the air. Shut up and talk to me.
Adriana?
I just want to say I think that some of this is going to get better as the marriage goes on.
Yeah, right.
How come every married person I ever talk to says that all the little problems you have before you're married get worse when you get married?
I think that right before you get married in particular, and for the first year, there's a lot of insecurities and learning how it's going to go. That's just my opinion. I've been married about 8 years, and I had some of those same insecurities at the beginning, and now I really don't.
I think she's right.
But isn't it? Don't you think at the end of the
little
day,
insecurities?
almost every issue between a man and a woman that the woman has with the man's behavior or the man has with the woman's behavior can be traced to some form of insecurity.
Sure, it
Exactly.
can.
Yes.
And as soon as you get
Bottom
married,
line.
you've got to have a down cycle time to adjust to being married. So it creates more because you're not used to living with somebody and used to being like all of a sudden not responsible for someone else, but their feelings. I mean, so if you want to go out with Checkaway, your inclination is, all right, yeah, dude, let's go have it. But you have to like tell the wife,
you have to take into consideration her feelings.
Blah, blah, blah. Well, why are you going out with Checkaway? Well, because he's my friend.
Well, the funniest thing to me is the whole characterization that I'm out night after night after night.
That is comical.
I mean, you know what? I kind of like it. It's good for my image. I do like that portrayal.
It's the Morning X. Yeah. The Morning X. Go, baby. Bonds, Leslie, and Jimmy. 99X.
The best of the Morning X.